Hello everyone, I'm BPD and welcome to the final episode of Minecraft Undiscovered. Now this is going to be like a base tour slash world tour episode, and I thought I'd start it off at the very beginning. This is our exact spawn right here. I just typed /spawn, as you can see, teleported to spawn, and this is where it all started. This is where we jumped into the world and we kind of looked around for a little bit. It didn't take us long before we found our nice first little home here, our little cottage. And we did quite a few things here. As you can see, we still have our tiny farm. We still have our nether portal over here. I've got my strainers that we used in the early game. And yeah, this was a pretty good place to have. It's got our portal to the Lost Cities dimension. And it has our strip mine that we used for just the longest time. And it's, yeah, it was a very, very good place to have for the beginning, for the first few episodes, until we kind of branched out and needed more space and things like that. Then we went ahead and we moved over. I decided I wanted something kind of on a hill overlooking the rest of the world, so we moved all the way up here to this hill and we kind of started. This is our main base. This is kind of where most of the things are happening. You see a reactor over there. We'll get into that later, a little bit later. But yeah, this is where it all kind of started. You could see there's a lot of random machines in this particular house. This is like our was supposed to, okay, before I go any further, this entire world is comprised of like a bunch of incomplete buildings and things of that nature, stuff like that. So I do apologize, but uh yeah, it's just the way it is. This mod pack itself didn't require a huge amount of like, automating so many different things to oblivion. So I was able to do just kind of weird setups all over the place. This is my magnetic craft setup. As you can see, we've got the thermopiles here with some packed ice. I eventually changed it to in lava, going into our crusher and our sieve or sifter or whatever this thing's called. I don't remember. I don't remember what it's called. But we've got these two machines and we got that. This is basically how we got cobalt. Then we have our other machines, things that I didn't really feel like needed to be automated. This one's producing silicon. We have our thermionic fabricator, just like machines that you don't really need a ton of. We didn't even really need the magma crucible and fluid transposer a ton, like for a lot of different things. So we also didn't really need this. This is, the crystal setup, our little house here. We got our bedroom with a bunch of random storage. This is kind of our pre-ME system storage right here. We pretty much still have all of it with stuff still in each of these chests of just, random. It was kind of like my junk drawers are what all these things are. Somewhat organized, but still just very much junk drawers. Psi stuff, which we didn't really dive too far into because that stuff's complicated. Got blood magic stuff over there. Our kitchen, I cannot get through this door when I have speed on. We have our kitchen, which you guys saw in our cooking with Get Cooking with BPD episode. And I have to say, I like the kitchen. The whole multi-block setup for this is just amazing. The fact that you can access everything from right here, even the tools and stuff, it's so wonderful. And you probably could do the same thing with like, maybe it didn't work for the fridge, but I think it might be because this presser's in the way, but it wasn't too much of an issue. Got our dining room, but yeah, that's kind of the first house. Things have gone in and out of this place. Machines have been moved if they've needed to be automated and stuff like that, but this has been a very, very, very nice house to kind of have. Let's see, we also got our farms down here. We have this farm, which was a wheat farm for a little bit, turned into a potato farm, which we used for bio generators. We got our Botania set up over here. Once again, this is something I didn't really need to automate, and it was kind of it. The spreaders are being a pain a lot of the time, not like connecting as they should for some reason. So I'm kind of happy we didn't have to automate this. But yeah, this is like Botania area. We got the creative mana pool, so life was good. Life was very good. Of course, the spirit furnace that we did in the last episode, I think it's full up now, but it was producing lots of chicken stuff. We have our creative gas tank as well. This is our right here. This is our main factory area. We have most of our automation, actually maybe even all of our automation in here, I think. But it's got a bunch of stuff. We got our arc furnace, which we used a little bit for hop graphite ingots. This was our kind of main power generation for the longest time. This syngas kind of producer and turbine here. So we've got wood coming into it, which is at our wood farm. But yeah, this produces, how much power does this thing produce? 4,400 RF per tick is what this produced. I think we were at 2,000 or maybe 4,000 for the longest time. And then you see here, these are our bio generators, which we're not using anymore. but that's what the potatoes were for. And this is what our power was for a while. Kind of these two things here. We've got our mechanism area up here that's doing a lot of mechanism processing. This was how we gathered most of our resources for the longest time in the game as well. We didn't really do a quarry at all until we got to the digital miner. No, wait, did we do a quarry? No, I don't think we ended up doing a quarry. We just did a digital miner. But yeah, this whole setup was freaking amazing. As you can see, it's got the lens of the miner there, and this is just like a block breaker. Oh, geez. This is like a tongue twister for me. A block breaker and a block placer kind of setup here, controlled by redstone, but it's off. It's been off for a while because we haven't needed it. But this was a very, 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 very awesome way to get resources in the very beginning. I have to say this was huge for me. It wasn't even that expensive, to be honest. We got a bunch of machines still lying around from the whole gas thing. We've got our enrichment chambers and metallurgic infusers here and some other things going on. But this is basically all of our mechanism automation. As you can see, not a whole lot of automation going on. Not a whole lot of automation. Like, this is a bunch of power automation. This is kind of our power room in a sense. But over here we've got this is our immersive engineering room, which these are all automated. We've got our crusher here, our squeezer, and a bunch of different metal presses for rods, plates, gears, and wires and stuff like that. So we got this stuff all nice and automated. We've got up here, this is our this was going to be the random blocks room, like from all kinds of different mods. You see I've got some industrial foregoing, some thermal expansion, some actually additions, mostly thermal expansion though, and this stuff is all automated, of course, controlled by the ender chest automation system, which has its flaws, especially for stuff like hardened glass is a big one that it messes up, because it ends up wanting to put like all lead into these two things, or all obsidian or something like that. So the ender chest system, not great for if you want to craft in large batches, I think. I mean, it worked for us for what we were doing, but it's definitely not the best automation system, I can tell you. This is our tree farm. That it was going to be a actual tree, but as you can see, I didn't I didn't finish that. But it has tons of little trees inside it. As you can see, this thing goes up. I think it's like 16 floors or something. Like, I forget how many different farms we have here, but this thing is huge, all with Galgadorian saw blades and stuff like that. So this was getting our charcoal. Basically, the farms would cut up the trees, and they went into the furnaces over here and turned it into charcoal, and that's how we got our syngas. So it was that was our power. Like, this whole thing is just for power. That big large column. Oh, another thing I didn't show you is we have one more power source right here. Something else that we used basically until we got, like, this was our power until we got to the creative energy sources. But it's these calculator plugs setups here, and these are 9 by 9, I think. No, they're 11 by 11, 13 by 13 if you count the edges here, but they produce 20,000, 30,000 R per tick. Yeah, 30,000 R per tick in these bad boys. They're all on because of the reactor, but I mean, I don't know why they're on. These should be producing more than enough, right? Like, this is an input, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's weird. I don't really know why the plugs are on, but okay, that's fine. As long as power is not coming out of here, that's all that matters. But yeah, these things are amazing. These calculator plugs, to be honest, if there wasn't creative RF sources in this mod pack, this is probably the power source I would use the whole time. It's easier than, like, getting it set up can be kind of tedious because you need a bunch of these circuits, stable circuits, but once you get them set up, the power that they produce, it's better than just about. I'd make one of these over a big reactor any day of the week. They are so wonderful. I cannot recommend them enough. Oh, it's almost nighttime. I want to sleep so bad. Let's see, is there anything else? Let's go ahead and check out our Astral Sorcery area. This is our observatory. We were over here for a little bit, but oh, hey, what's up, bud? So, Mr. Skeleton. But we didn't really do a whole, like, we did some Astral Sorcery. I got the gist of it. It was a new mod for me, so there are a lot of things that I didn't quite touch up on it, and there was a lot of derping when it came to this mod. But it's a great mod. I love Astral Sorcery. It looks amazing. But yeah, this is kind of the setup we got. We have our, crystal with its whatever this structure is called, super amazing awesomeness, and our super amazing altar full of light power. Oh, we need that bucket. Um, but yeah, it's a pretty nice Astral Sorcery area. It's relatively complete, I would say. This observatory still needs supports, but don't look at it. If you don't see it, it doesn't exist. If you don't see it, it doesn't exist. All right, we'll go check out these farms real quick as well. Well, this farm. This is just our animal farm. I pretty much only used it to get pink slime. That was the reason for this farm. I didn't really need the animal drops for the food or anything like that. I pretty much spent my whole life using potatoes on it, eating potatoes on a stick. They're such good food, and they're so cheap. But I needed a bunch of pink slime. Oh, and the sewage and stuff. So that's kind of what this setup was for. This is the industrial foregoing setup. It's got the baby separator and the mob crusher. I think, yeah, so this is a mob crusher? Did I change that? And anyway, I think that it's the like slaughterhouse or whatever that you need for the pink slime. I wonder what the crusher's on there. Anyway, feeders from Actual Editions because they're really, really, really easy to use. Real easy. But yeah, so that was our animal farm. And then we have a lot of stuff going on in here. This is our kind of warehouse type situation. But it also was like after I moved out, I spent a lot of time here after I stopped going over there. And I put a bunch of temporary machinery up in here as well. You can see I've got the like Draconic Infusion stuff, which we didn't do a whole lot of Draconic Infusion, to be honest, because it was so late in the pack that it wasn't long before I got this atomic multiplier here, and that made a lot of Draconic Infusion unnecessary because I would much rather pay the circuits to duplicate like a chaotic core or something than have to make one in the chaotic, crafting injector and stuff like that. So we got our good fair share of it, but not a whole ton of it. Oh, I mean, actually, I did do a lot of it to upgrade the armor and tools and stuff like that. But anyway, we've got this is for the circuits, but I didn't even have to make a lot of the circuits. As you can see, I only used 3 different drives here, and I think they're not even close to full. Yeah, even our 4K. I mean, not we barely touched our storage. More random machines up here making mushrooms and glass, and this is for getting enchanted books, charging quartz. This wall right here, in case you guys did not see the episode, is our resources. So each one of these is connected to an RF tools dimension with a quarry. And all I have to do essentially is flick the switch for any one of these and I will get the resource. Let's go ahead and check it out. Let's see what we got in here. Something we are kind of short on here. Let's see. I mean, anything, I guess. Oh, we have. We'll do emerald. We'll do emerald. Let's see. We got emerald right here. Go ahead and flick the switch. See, look over here. We've got emerald, blocks of emerald flowing in. Wonderful. And nice and easy. Dimensions are not loaded. If you guys want to check that out, there's an episode for RF Tools Dimensions. But basically, all I have to do, like, these don't draw power. Frame skip there. Sorry about that. But these don't draw power if they're just kind of sitting here. And even when they do draw power, like when I flick the switch, the only power that they consume is the power for the quarry. Like, I don't have to pay RF for any of these dimensions. They're all pretty much free. So that's pretty wonderful. Then we got downstairs a basement that was never quite finished. But it's got all of our auto crafting type stuff in here. We've got ender chests. So this is the extent of the automation right here. This is what? 10, 11 ender chests for 11 different machines. And we have, I mean, the molecular assemblers are a lot more important to this playthrough than any of the machines were. So, but we got some automation in there. We got some automation in there. Not a whole ton of it. Over here is basically just our Britannia place. We have some Astral Sorcery stuff going on over here. This is for attuning stuff, and then this is like the beacon, the Astral Sorcery beacon that we got going on. But did quite a bit of this. This was rough for me to get. I think this was one of the hard parts for me. Like, I just derped so hard. I see you over there, creeper. You can't hide from me. You can't hide from me. Okay, there we go. There's lots of mobs over there. But yeah, so Astral Sorcery stuff over there. Kind of spread out now. into a lot of different places. We only have a couple more spots to go, though, I think. I don't, over here we have our traps from the Get Cooking with BPD episode as well. But I don't think there's anything else in the well, in this area in the overworld anyway. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the thermal plants. Let's go ahead and head over there. These are the mechanism thermal plants to get brine and lithium. So these are just, I mean, relatively easy to set up. Got water going in, got heat being created with the resistive heaters. Power, of course. Is this not connected? Okay, I guess power's not going in there. Yeah, it's not connected to me. It wasn't set. That was weird. But anyway, we got heat going in, power, but yeah, this is how you get your brine and your lithium for mechanism. So we got that setup going on. Okay. Next, we will go to our oil setup. Fantastic. This is the immersive engineering petroleum type situation. We got our pump jack. This wasn't done too long ago, so some of you guys will probably recognize this pretty easily, but got our distillation tower. Oh, one thing I do want to mention, there is an update to the pack that makes it so that you can use the thermal expansion crude oil in the immersive engineering distillation tower, so you don't technically need the pump jack anymore. But I mean, this wasn't difficult or anything, and it actually looks really nice. So I'm glad that it didn't work, so that I got to experience the immersive engineering pump jack and everything like that. So but if you guys prefer the thermal expansion way or the thermal foundation way or whatever, then it has been changed, just so you know. But yeah, this is our oil setup. Didn't really use oil for a lot except to get lubricant for the creative fluid tank. So it didn't really play a huge part in our playthrough. All right, we got a couple more places to go. Oh, I forgot our very first mob farm. Actually, let me make sure this is off because I will get drops. Yes, this is our wonderful, fantastical first mob farm, and I actually have it with some other spawners in there. Let me go ahead and torch it up real quick. I think that's fine. Let me go ahead and do this. Oh, was that? Come on. Could you not? Thank you. Where's my lever? There you are. Let's go ahead and put this back. Is it not? Oh, I think it's because this is turned into coal, and I don't think coal does redstone. But whatever, it doesn't matter. We can leave the fans on. We're just gonna kind of look at it. We got cursed earth here, and also to get blood in the early game before I got my creative blood drop and everything, I used these spike plates, and underneath here there is a sanguinary pedestal collecting blood for us. So we got blood going, and that was one way we were getting blood. But the mob setup is pretty simple. I think these are all skeletons. There might be a blaze in there, but I don't completely remember. We needed the skeletons for the bone meal, though. That was a pretty huge thing. But it's relatively simple mob farm. The cursed earth in 1.7 or whatever, so much easier to work with than having to do like the whole ritual. Or this is 1.12. If I said 1.7, then I was incorrect. I meant 1.12. It's so much easier in this one. And so making a cursed earth mob farm was not difficult. But we definitely have one. You can't really do a mod pack these days without a cursed earth mob farm. Okay, then we also have our second kind of mob farm in the nether. So we have our mob duplicator over there, and I think I even have a creative energy thing under it. Don't quote me on that. We've got essence going into it, but basically I would just come over here, switch out the the Pokeball, the imprisonment tool that was being used, and get mobs. I did it for vengeance spirits, just mobs that you want to get a little bit of, or kind of spot get, like blizz and wither skeletons, stuff like that. I don't know why I did it in the nether, to be completely honest. I think it's because I tried, oh that's right, I tried to do regular spawners in the nether, and like regular skeleton spawners, and it didn't work. So since I already had the area cut out, I just I just put the mob duplicator in here and called it good. But yeah, so this is our mob duplicator. It's been very, very good to us. Of course, goes all the way back into the central area. And I think, to be honest, I think that's actually our entire world, guys. Like, as far as what's going on all the time, that's pretty much it. There isn't. I mean, I've traveled to the I've gone to the end, of course, but there's not really much to show you there. I didn't set up any farms. I just killed multiple different kinds of dragons. I went to the Lost Cities to mention, but once again, I didn't really do anything there. It's a Digimine, so there's not really much going on there. Yeah, that's gonna do it. This mod pack, I mentioned it earlier. This mod pack does not require a lot of automation, and I have to say, I really enjoyed that. It's had like the nice mix of, you know, the needing to be hands-on crafting mixed with the automation. I don't know. It's just been a very nice change to a mod pack that I can think of. Usually you just want to, right, once you have something available, you want to automate it and mass produce it, but that wasn't the case here. You didn't really need to do that. You could kind of do a lot of spot situations, like just, you know, random machines set up for a temporary purpose. And I don't know, it's just been real. Plus, it's been really good to help me kind of get back into the swing of modded. Once again, I've played, you know, quite a bit of it, but this time I've really got kind of hands-on with a lot of newer mods that are out, like Astral Sorcery and Immersive Engineering, which are ones that I hadn't even experienced before and stuff like that. So this mod pack has just been so good. I cannot recommend it enough to you know, anybody that enjoys modded Minecraft. It takes you through very interesting paths for machines, and like getting different things, like getting vodka and having to use that in certain situations. It's a lot of interesting new ways to do all kinds of different things in Minecraft using different machines, and it's just been so nice because you haven't had to go through kind of a tedious process of automation for everything. It's not like everything had to be automated. There were so many things that I used that I didn't have to set up full automation lines for and have them going constantly. I could just, you know, do it, hoard up a bit of it, and then be good. So it's really, like I said, I cannot say how happy I am with this mod pack. It has been so much fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching the playthrough, and if you guys have been playing it as well, I hope you have enjoyed that. Now, we are going to do a little finale here. I have this reactor, as I mentioned before, and it's cooked up. It's ready to go, but we're going to go ahead and we're actually just going to cut off all of its power, and we're going to let this bad boy explode. And that's going to kind of be the end of our series here. Oh, is this going to take... It's going to take a while, though. It is going to take a while. Let's go ahead and do this and this. Let's just cut it off from everything. It should plummet. It's actually still not quite... It's going up. How is that possible? How is that possible? But, okay, well, I'll go ahead and chat a little bit more. Yeah, we're going to blow it up. It's in the center of our base. It should pretty much destroy everything. I'm just excited to see the desolation that happens from this reactor exploding. If I would have known it was going to take this long to kind of go down. You know what? I wonder what happens if I just break it. What if I just do something like this? What if I do that? Does that destroy it? Nope. What if I just start breaking these things? There we go. Now it's melting down. Ha ha ha! Okay, that was a fast track to a meltdown. Now we only have a little bit of time. It will tell me... This is so loud. I'm going to turn this down in post, I think. But it's going to tell me how long until it detonates. So I'm going to try to see if I can't plan the outro around. Jeez, can you please calm down with your loudness? Can you please calm down with all that? Oh my jeez. I hope you enjoyed the base tour. It's the first one I've ever done, of course. My first like world tour, world show type situation. So I hope it was good. I hope I didn't miss anything. I don't think I did. Like I said, there isn't much more going on here, to be honest, than what you guys saw. Of course, thank you. Oh, look, it's an eclipse too. Right when we're about to blow up. Thank you, Fluke, for making such an amazing mod pack. It has been a blast, and you have provided hours of entertainment for me. Hours. I can't wait to see what your next mod pack is, because you can bet that I'll probably be taking a look at that one. But oh, I can't wait to... This explosion is gonna be so epic, man. It's going to be so epic. So epic. Let's just wait. Let's just wait another 28 seconds, guys. 28 seconds. My ending did not take as much time as I expected it to. It's not any kind of time at all. But, yeah, thank you guys. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it. I really do. I hope you did. I did. Let me know the next Modpack. I'm going to say it one more time so that you guys don't forget, because you haven't said anything yet, and I've mentioned it in a couple videos. If I have to, I'll look for one, but oh, there it is. Oh man, look at that. So unfortunately, the explosion crashed my game, and I can't really get into the world again and record. And I think it has something to do with all the uh, circuits that popped out of the calculator plugs. But anyway, that is the end. Thank you guys once again so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the series, and until I see you again, have a good one.